Odometer error. Hey guys, if you've been to the channel before, then you know that I normally do videos about auto body repair and also how to make my own tools. Today's going to be a little bit different, so I hope you like it. So today we'll be working on this cluster that came out of 2004 Cadillac Escalade. It is basically the same thing as Chevy Silverados, Tahoes, Suburbans, GMC Sierras, Yukons, and even Hummer H2. So I had a customer recently ship me his cluster, and this is the problem that this thing is having. Wait for it to boot up. Odometer error. And there's really nothing you can do to clear this. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. I have seen this issue before, and the problem here lies within this chip right here. The actual chip is fine, however, the program that is written onto the chip at this point is corrupt, and so the cluster itself cannot display the information that it's getting from the chip, so it just gives you the odometer error message. So I will remove this chip and read the information off of it, and we'll see exactly what's going on. After inserting a chip into a programmer, I have to tell the software what sort of a chip we are using. And this particular chip is a 25020. I have worked with this type of a chip in the past, so I went ahead and saved it in my favorite, so this way I'm not looking for it every time. So I'll go ahead and select it. Now I have to choose buffer. What you see is a lot of Fs. These Fs represent nothing. Literally, F means a dead space. If it was a bunch of zeros, that would represent some sort of a code, because even the zero has some value, but F does not. So let's go ahead and actually read the chip and see if there's any information on it. So right away I can tell that we got lucky, because most of the code is still there. First and foremost, the mileage is still present within the code, and so is the VIN number. And these two things are the most important parts of the code. Now, the way the mileage is stored, it's actually coded. So right there, 1B3E, let me highlight it. That value represents mileage. And then that value will actually repeat itself 3 times. You can see it one time there, then one more time, 1B3E, and then second line down, one more time, 1B3E. So I know we are good there. Now, that is a code for a certain amount of miles. So for example, if we had 150,000 miles, you would not see 150 and then 3 more zeros after that within the code. That's not how it works. This is a hex code, and the main chip within the cluster will see that code, and it will interpret it into a number that you would understand, like, as I mentioned earlier, 150,000 miles. And after this value is interpreted, it will be displayed down in the information center, so you can read it. Same goes for the VIN number. It's actually saved down here in the line 60 and 70, and then all it is just a bunch of code. However, if you look off to the side, you can see the interpretation of that code that's actually typed out here. However, the same thing is not done for the mileage up here, because for some reason the program is obscuring that. And if you look further down, starting with the line 80, there should be a bunch of code here, but instead we see a bunch of Fs, and Fs represent empty space. So that's where our problem lies. So somewhere along the way something happened and a bunch of code got corrupt, and it just got replaced with a bunch of nothing. So what I'm gonna have to do is I will take a good file right here, and I will drag it over and drop it. So as you see, a good file has a lot of information in here, a lot of code. So I will go ahead and borrow it. I will select everything from line 80 all the way down, and I will copy it. Now let's go back to our corrupt program on a chip. So we'll read again. That takes us back to square one. We're back to our reading on the original corrupt chip. Now I will go ahead and select the dead space. and I will paste the information into it. Okay, so as you can see, the information that we were missing that came from a different cluster is just, a lot of it is mostly generic, and it just helps the chip operate the way it's supposed to. So we'll go ahead and write that information to our chip, and hopefully it'll take the programming. All right, so it looks good. So just to make sure, let's read the chip again. Perfect. Now instead of all of the F's, you actually get a lot of the code. So the programming was successful. Now let's put the chip back into a cluster and see what happens. I'm going to apply some flux, so this way it would have good adhesion. So the customer stated that the last mileage reading that he remembers was right around 178,000 miles. So I hope we've done everything right, and let's go ahead and power this cluster up. Another success. Now it's time to reassemble. Guys, thanks for sticking around. I hope you liked the video. And as usual, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you back with more videos.